What's her name? Come on, somebody. What's the organization's name? What's the football team's name? What's the chronic's name? What's the job's name? What's the drug's name? What is it that has power over us? What is it that's so strong that it takes priority over our relationship and our responsibility to God? Nevertheless, when it happens, when Gomer, the love of his life, is unfaithful, watch this, and when she strays, it breaks his heart. And when you and I, the love of God's life, the apple of God's eye, stray away from God and are unfaithful to God, it breaks God's heart. How can it not? After all that Hosea had done to make the relationship work, after all the investment, after all the time spent pouring into her, and she keeps sneaking away at night, time after time, and he has to borrow money to buy her back. He comes in and his baby's in the crib not being taken care of, and she's out there on the streets. And some of us have been like that after everything that God has done for us. God comes in looking for us and we're not here. God comes into Bible study looking for us and we're out on the corner. Oh God, this is the first night I got to break up a few rocks. Gomer's out there. Oh, but notice, if you will, in spite of the unfaithfulness in the relationship, Gomer and Hosea still manage to have a child out of it. You mean to tell me that a holy God will tell a prophet to marry an unholy woman? You mean to tell me that a holy God will tell the prophet to have a relationship with a public spectacle like Gomer? And then you mean to tell me God would tell him to have a child with the woman who would be unfaithful? Because, brothers and sisters, whenever God engages us in relationship to him, he always births something out of us. Knowing that we're going to be unfaithful, he's still trying to birth something out of us. Look at all the gifts. Look at all the things that God has birthed in and through you, and we're still unfaithful to him. But I want to tell you today, my brothers and sisters, that in spite of what Gomer did, oh my God, the theme of Hosea that he represents in the text is a picture and depiction of God's patience. God kept putting up with us the way Hosea kept putting up with Gomer. Hosea would go out every day, do his ministry, go back and get his wife, bring her back in, clean her back up, go and do his ministry, come back home, she'd be gone. He'd go back out on the corner, pick her back up, bring her back home, clean her up, feed her, and do the same thing day after day after day after day. And somebody said that God is a God of a second chance. Let's remix that second chance stuff there, because I messed up my second chance the first week I was saved. No. God isn't a God of a second chance or a third chance or a 59th chance or 178th chance. He's a God of another chance. And I just came in here tonight to tell us that there's still some Gomer that lives down on the inside of us. But thank God that despite the fact that Gomer lives down on the inside of us, we serve a God of another chance. Revival is about another chance. Oh, it's a chance to do it over again. It's a chance to get it right this time. And I don't know where you are, but every now and again, you ought to remind yourself that I'm where I am right now, not because I'm so good, not because I'm so smart, not because I got it together, not because I can preach, not because I can sing, not because I can dance, not because of my IQ, but I'm where I am right now only because of the grace. Somebody ought to scream grace. I can preach a whole sermon on that, but I'll just use one word to describe that grace, and that word is amazing. Oh, you ought to tell somebody, amazing grace. How sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. I was blind, but now I see. My brothers and sisters, may I tell you what my name is? My name is Gomer. Blessed name, for that was me out there on the corner when I should have been in prayer. That was me selling rock when I should have been at Bible study. That was me in the club doing the Laffy Taffy and the rump shaker and the wop when I should have been at revival. That was me. Blessed name. But thank God that God looked beyond my faults and saw my need. Yes. Is there anybody in here that can testify that my name is Gomer? That was me in the club 4 minutes before they shot the place up. Blessed name. It was me in the car, drunk, and don't even know how I got home. Looked out the window, and the car was all up on the curb. But God wouldn't let me kill myself. God wouldn't let the devil take me out. Yeah, my name is Gomer. That was me on the corner putting a needle in my vein. My name is Gomer. That was me robbing the liquor store. Is Gomer in the house? Blessed name. Aren't you glad that the Lord came along your way when nobody wanted you, said you'd never be nothing, you never go nowhere, you never finish school, you never graduate, you never amount to nothing, but God. Is there anybody in here that has a but God testimony? I wouldn't be here but God. I could have died in that accident. The disease could have took me out. I could have gotten laid off. I'm so glad I serve a God just like that. He's food on my table, water in my cup, money in my pocket, air that I breathe, rocking a weary land. Yeah!